everybody, so I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I'm going to chat with you all about deep conditioning curly hair, and this is something that has been absolutely crucial to me, really, like getting good curls back in my hair and getting them looking glossy and feeling soft and just actually enjoying my curls. And I'm bringing you this video today in particular because yesterday I did a sort of protein treatment deep conditioning mask on my hair, and it had been like 2 weeks since I did one. I was on holiday the week before last and I hadn't taken any deep conditioners with me, which is something I really need to learn, or they need to do like sachets. Someone tell me if they do sachets. Anyway, and my hair was so stringy and ratty and I just hated it by the end of the holiday. I was like, don't take my picture, my hair is crazy, and it was probably fine actually, but it just didn't feel nice. It didn't have that lovely soft touch, it didn't have any gloss to it, and part of that was that I didn't have my deep conditioner, and it took me a whole other week to realise that and actually do a proper treatment on my hair. I don't really understand. And part of that was really doing the protein treatment as well to like really restructure it, and that was really important because I was treating my hair a little bit differently when we were away. I wasn't straightening it or anything. I was in fact using like no heat at all, but actually my hair was in worse condition. Probably something to do with the water. So if you haven't seen any of my other videos about curly hair, go and check them out. I'll leave them linked down below. I think it's really helpful to see what my regular routine is like, and also know that I really love natural products. So I've tried to find curly hair conditioners that are not jam-packed full of like chemicals basically, and there's really not that many that fall into that category. So I've done my best, but they're also quite expensive. So I really love bringing this kind of video to you so that you don't waste your money, you know exactly where you should be spending and that kind of thing. So I'm going to start by telling you that I'm basically comparing all of these to Olaplex. I wanted to start with Olaplex because one, I thought if my hair had been straightened for ages that it would somehow bring the curl back to my hair and be amazing. And two, I think I just felt like it would be a miracle product based on all the reviews of it. And I just didn't actually find that it was. It was probably the most expensive thing I've ever bought for my hair, and it just didn't really do the business. I think if I'd have had dyed hair, maybe it's probably better for that, but I don't really dye my hair, so it didn't really work great for me. But this is arguably much better. It is cheaper, it's not cheap, but this is my absolute favourite deep conditioning mask. It's the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask, and it is incredible. It smells just lovely. It's quite fruity. I just love putting this on my hair. It's a lovely smell, and when you have a deep conditioning mask you want it to smell nice because it's going to be on your hair for like 30 minutes around like your nose. So you want it to smell really good, and I really do find that just this just makes my hair just lovely for the whole week basically until I need to use it again. And I've used most of it, it's like gone, but I've had it for a good few months. I get a good number of treatments out of this one as well. The thing I really like about Briogeo is that it is no sulfates, no silicones, no parabens, but it's also a 98% naturally derived formula. And although the ingredients list, which is here, is pretty long, actually it's not so bad. The whole Briogeo line I actually really like. It appears on Naturissimo, which means it's approved by them, which is pretty good. And although it is relatively pricey, I think it's absolutely worth the cost. If you were going to go buy Olaplex, stop and buy this instead, because I think it does a really great amount of restructuring of your hair, helping the curl pattern form, like, and just I love it. So I would love to use that every week, but I do change it up. So I've tried the Jessicurl deep conditioning treatment, and again, this is actually not branded as being natural or anything like that, but the ingredients list is not bad at all. It's got quite readable ingredients and I really like that about it. I got this in the citrus lavender scent simply because Real Life Curly Girl said it was her favourite one. She also thinks this is her favourite deep conditioner, but I have to disagree. I think Briogeo is so much better. This I like, but I find it too thick. So I actually mix this with my rice water protein treatment, which I'll talk about in a second, and that seems to work really nicely as a combination. but I'm not sure I really like it heaps just by itself. It's a lot richer than the Briogeo, but it does really moisturize rather than restructure. So I don't know, my hair just prefers the other one than this one. Your hair might prefer this instead, but it is not bad. And the smell of this citrus lavender is pretty nice. It's non-offensive. So the last one I want to share with you is the Boucleme Intensive Moisture Treatment, and I was really excited when this came out because I really love the Boucleme gel. Probably not as much as I'm loving the Cailin gel right now, but more on that maybe in another video. And I just, yeah, I don't like it. I'm sorry. It's really expensive, and in comparison to the other two, I just don't think it's as good. It doesn't smell nice. Actually, I was going to say as nice. It just doesn't smell nice. I just don't really like having it on my hair. It doesn't leave a great scent in my hair. I mean, it should do. I think there's just a misbalance of scents going on here. So if they reformulated, I could be interested. But also, although Boucleme are a really fantastic brand in terms of being like environmentally friendly and like having a good ingredients list, the ingredients list is actually a heck of a lot longer than the other two, and arguably very similar in terms of like types. Actually, I think maybe this has the best ingredients list. So, well, this was a waste of money, but I'm not sure it does, again, either great things to my hair. I didn't think, oh wow, afterwards. So the last thing I want to talk about is rice and rice water protein treatments, because these have been an absolute game changer for me, and again mimic Olaplex but like at a fraction of the cost. And it's really easy to do because I don't want to spend ages faffing over something, and I don't want horrible smells or sticky things or just it to be really difficult. All you do is you put some rice in the bottom of a pan, cover it with water, let it boil until it's like overcooked basically, and it's absorbed most of the water. You can just Google like rice water protein treatment, but I literally put in probably like half a cup and then quite a lot of water on the top, maybe a good few cups, and then just cook it. That basmati rice takes 10 minutes to cook, so it's done in about 10 to 15 minutes. And you'll know it's ready because you'll be able to see like the water get really cloudy. And what you do then is you sieve the rice water out with a sieve. So pour it through a sieve or a strainer or even a milk bag, and you just squish it all out, and you'll end up with like the rice being kind of, I guess, like congee, actually like a rice porridge in your sieve, and you'll have like quite a thick gloopy rice water in the bottom. And now don't worry if that rice water turns out extra gloopy or actually kind of thin, because you'll still have some protein in it. It'll just be quite different amounts, and it will work great either way. So a friend of mine who uses like beauty cubes to wash her hair uses rice water that's a lot clearer than I do as a conditioning treatment, and still works just as fine. So you end up with quite a big bowl, or I did last time, ended up with quite a big bowl of like hot rice water. It's quite good to mix it with something like this because it will smell a lot nicer on your hair. But I just sort of put that in my hair, squish it in all the way through, and just keep squishing it in so it will fall back into the bowl, and keep squishing it in until the majority of it's in your hair. And it sometimes gets a bit foamy, and that's fine. And then I just follow the same principle for like any time I would do any other kind of deep conditioning treatment, which is to put on a plastic cap, which, or whatever you call this, a shower cap, and they last ages if you just kind of leave them on the side to dry. And that was a car honking its horn outside. I was like, what is that? Is that my son? No. And then I actually use this probably half the time now, and I'm going to explain that why. This is a hot head thermal hair care mask, which I've talked about in previous videos, and actually I love it. I think it does a really fantastic job at helping all that moisture really penetrate your hair shaft, and I think it's really good. You can get them in different styles from a website which I'll make sure is linked down below. But it does come with a word of caution, and that is if you do use it every week, I've really found my scalp does not stay as healthy as it should, and I think that's just like, it's too much heat, and with all of the conditioner near your scalp, just I just don't think my head really enjoys having a hot conditioning treatment every week, so I think I'll probably end up doing that every other week because I've really noticed my scalp suffer from having that too much. So these are also essential because what you'll want to do with each of these products is get a good amount, squish it all in your hair, as I explained. Keep squishing until it's really as much stuff as you can get in there without going overboard. Like, don't use half of a packet because that's just mad. And then just sort of twist it and then put it up in your hair. And I use these skunky jaw clips. These are my favourite for basically anything to do with curly hair because they won't disrupt your curl pattern, and they work really, really great for keeping your hair up when it's all slimy as well. They're just really hardcore. I love them. So you want to do that obviously before you put on this and then this. The reason you need this as well as this is because this can't actually get wet. Because I don't know, I guess it would just ruin it. But you put this in the microwave, by the way. I didn't mention that before because I've mentioned it in another video, but if you've never seen one of my other videos you won't know that. So the other 2-3 things I want to mention that are kind of to do with deep conditioning is this, which is a scalp massager. It's like super cheap, made in China, and I mean arguably probably not the best, most environmentally friendly thing, but it's really fantastic way to massage your scalp, which really helps with the condition of your hair because it will help those oils disperse and just help, in theory, grow your hair faster. And I just love it. I just absolutely love it. Especially if you've overused this, your hair might, or your scalp might get a little bit itchy. So this is fantastic. Then the other 2 things I wanted to mention are Scalp Tonic by Living Libations. I've probably mentioned this 1,000 jillion million times, but I love this product. I've tried a few other scalp like kind of products, and this is just my ultimate favourite one because it doesn't leave my hair oily at all, and it's really easy to wash straight out again. And so you just I actually put quite a lot in on my scalp. I get quite a bit of kind of dry patches just back here, and so I put quite a bit back there, probably every couple of weeks when I actually remember. And yeah, I just find it to be really good. I put that on at the same time as I do a mask, so I just put that on the scalp and then the mask kind of on top of that. And then the other thing that I think is fab for deep conditioning your hair, even though it's not a treatment, is the Innate Life Rose Hair Elixir. I love this. This is my holy grail of all curly hair products. If I had one thing, if I was like on an island and I could only take one curly hair product, this is what I would take. I would have this forever and a day because it keeps my hair shiny, it keeps the frizz away more than anything else, and it doesn't leave my hair weighted down. It conditions my hair all at the same time. It smells gorgeous and I just love it. I've had it for ages and I've still got a reasonable amount left, but I will definitely be buying this again and again and again and again because I'm just obsessed, just absolutely obsessed. So I hope that was interesting to you guys. I hope that answered a bunch of questions that you guys have had and asked me. If not, please leave comments down below. Let me know your favourite deep conditioners because I'd really, really like to hear. Ooh, one last thing actually. I have tried, because I know you'll probably ask this, have I tried straight like coconut oil or other oils? I have done, but I actually don't find they work as well. Sorry. You can obviously put coconut oil in your hair. In fact, if you're going to put coconut oil in your hair, put a teeny tiny amount in your hands and melt it down, like rub your hands together, and then put that in your hair in like the same way you'd use this. So I use 3 drops of this, and you'd need only a tiny amount of coconut oil to do exactly the same job as that. So I've tried it by putting in a lot, like melting it and putting it all through my hair, but one, it was heck difficult to get out again. I had to use like quite a bit of shampoo, and then also I just didn't find it really did anything. It didn't make my hair super shiny or anything like that. I think the best way to use coconut oil is a teeny tiny bit to the ends on a day where you want to like scrunch out the crunch with something to make your hair glossy. So there you go, just answering a question that I know I'm going to get from one of you. So thank you so much for watching. Please check back soon for more videos. Click the like button, thumbs up, and subscribe if you're new here as well, because I like to make more videos for you, but if you don't subscribe you'll never see them. So anyway, have a really fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.